Today I'm going to show you how to create a model and migration file in Laravel. Welcome to webtrickshome. Hey guys, welcome to webtrickshome. My name is Jiwan and you can find me on webtrickshome.com, where we make learning web design and development easy and fun. In this episode, we'll be creating the model and migration files for our database. We'll also create our first dashboard form page. So let's get started.
So let's start working on database. All right. So what I'll do is I'll open phpMyAdmin and then create a database that will work on everything. Right. So I'll create a new database and that I'll give name a unique website. Right. So you can use the collision for character supports. I'm leaving it default. So the database is created. Here's the database. Now we'll need tables, everything, but before that what you need to do is we need to go to our .env file and define the database, right? So the database name is unique website. The username is root by default and the password is empty. That's all what you need, right? So now if we refresh, there's no issue. Means there's the database, the connection is properly done. So we can open up the terminal and go on working with things, right? So I'll start the terminal, cmd, right? Go to our drive, then go to the project folder, admit, and if you write php addition, it'll show you all the commands. If php composer, Laravel composer is installed in your system, right? So what you're gonna do is we're gonna plan the database now. How are you gonna create the database? That's the thing we need now. So we've got the home section and there's nothing on the home section. If you click here, it's the services section, but we can add a section for home. There's a single content. In about a section, we have got content, button, and an image. If we go with the services section, we have got multiple services, right? So we can create a different table for the services, right? So if we go to the portfolio, we have got multiple categories here, and each category displays some images with some overlay text and hover, right? If you go to the client section, there's something like we have got all the clients images here, right? And if in the team section, we have got the links, image, a little bit of description, title, and the designation, right? In the contact section, we have got a form and a little bit of information that you can add from the database and use a form to send data to the database, right? So how do you plan to create the website or create the database? So the first thing I'll do here is php addition make model setup. All right, so I'm gonna create a model that's named setup, and a migration file will be created automatically with that. So let's see here, the env file is done. We can go with app. Then if you go here, you can see the setup file. You can define the table here, protected $table equals to setups, right? Okay, now you'll use protected dollar primary key, and you'll define the ID for this table. So this is the setups SID. So if you go to the database folder, you can see in the migration folder you have got this file already created, migration file. You can define here the table name is setups, and the ID is SID as we defined. So what are we going to add? $table. So what do you need? Strings, right? And what are the contents you would want to add? The logo, first thing, right? $table, strings, anything else? What do you want? The title on top. There you can say meta title. Then another section where it also wants strings, mostly because there are a lot of texts here. So what do you want here? I'll use address. All right, address. Then you've got contact number, $table, strings, contact. Then you've got the social profiles, right? Email, $table, strings, email, and $table, strings, social. Must be string. So what I'll do now is PHP partition migrate. That'll help me get the database tables migrated. Okay, the tables are done. So you can see the setups table here with all the structures in place, right? So there's the varchar 255 string limit because we used string, right? And auto increment section ID, primary ID, and everything what I need. So we can create the form for that one. Let's work on this part then. Go to our view, backend, right? And then create a file. Okay, let's create a folder. That'll say it's too large, right? Insert. So this will contain all the files to insert data. So I'll add a new file here, save as setup.plate.php, and with that we'll need this one web, right? And we can add same thing, stick it, setups. We can use backend, insert, and that's setup, right? So let's see how it appears. Setup, that must be blank, isn't it? And you won't want to type every time on the URL, so let's go to the master blade and add a link for that one. Let's say here URL setups, and let's set website setups, settings. All right, so the first thing I'll do here is add extends backend.master, and then add section content, and that will be add stop, right? So this will give us the side view. This is our link for the setups, and the file is being open. So we'll need a reference from the index file, right? So we'll use this part here, right? And instead of control panel, this will be website settings, and this will be again website settings. Let's see how it looks, right? This looks great. And you can add a link over here to go back to the home page, URL, admin, and the same here in master as well. Sorry, in index, that will be URL 2, admin URL. Alright, so that's done. Let's go to the next part, and we've got, sorry, we don't need this one as of now. We've got another section where we are using a row and adding things, right? So let's do the same thing here as well. Let's add a section. Let's close the div for a row and the section tag. We don't need this one. So what are you going to do? And setup. Obviously, we'll add form to insert website settings. So since we don't need row to work over here, I'll straight go with form, right? And we'll do it the basic way, right? Form method will be post, and action will be, let's say, URL and settings. All right, so here we'll be adding divs, class equals to form group, and that will hold input type file for the logo, right? So I'll add label for here, logo, name equals to, let's say, image, that's okay, and the class, let's add btn dash success for now. And once you try to add file through your forms, you want to send those things, you need int type multipart form data, right? Let's have a look how it pans out. Okay, that's logo. One of the best thing I'll suggest to you is go to my website, webtrickshome, go to the forum section, and go to one thing here that'll make your form more interesting. Here's something, okay, display uploaded image in HTML using JavaScript, and the only thing you need to do is to add this file on your web page, alright, and that'll do the trick for you. So instead of this input type file, I'll be using this input type file, except image, name is image, it's done, right? And so there's the section, and this, let's put the script at the end, just behind the div. Okay, and see how it works. Let's see the magic. Alright, so let's go here, dashboard, let's look at something different, just a text, click here, pop box will open, dialog box, and let's go here, let's, so from here, right, so here's unique, let's update one image from here. Okay, this is the image C. So uploaded image displayed instantly on the page. You can use this one. You can see all the details over here. You can go through these things and how it works. Okay, so let's get back to work then. This is here. So since there is the label, I want to use this one. Now another section we want is div class form group, and then go to add input for meta title. Type equals to text, name equals to meta title, right? Class from control. Now we'll use label here. We can say site title. So we can add multiple fields now. So site title, let's see what we've got now. Address, and then we've got the phone, right? What I've got there, I've written contact. Contact number. Then we've got email, right? We type text, name equals to email. We can do here, we type email. Then we can go with email. Now we'll be working on the social part, right? Social links. And if you see the social links, you can see I've got multiple options over here, multiple links over here. But if you see on database, we have got only one section for social. So I need to be flexible enough to accommodate multiple social profile links, right? So we'll create a social field that will add that can add more than one social profile, social links. We'll add the class font group, all right, and then add a label for this, and that will be social profile links. Okay, so we'll go down here and create a font. Okay, we can do here, but I'll do here in another section, font group, and add a link, add a field over here. Input type goes to text, name will be social, but I'll be adding it as an array, all right, and then class will be font control. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a button over here with a tag class button. Let's make it orange, and add an icon, let's say plus. All right, so let's have a look how it appears. Okay, this is the way it appears. And place it somewhere. We're gonna place the button below the font field, but I'm gonna add it somewhere else. Let's say the class add field, add a little bit of style, add field, position will be relate here, top 0 and right 0, and then I guess we'll need here a class social field, sorry, it should be absolute right dot social field, position will be relating. Let's have a look now. It's not coming over here, right? So we'll need div for this one. Let's say this one is the social field. Remove it from here. Let's have a look. Okay, that's done. The button is here. And now we'll add some JavaScript to make it create another social field, another text field to add social profile links. Click. Let's do that. So what I'll do here is on click of the button, add field dot click function, right? Let's add a var, new field equals to dollar document dot create element, and I'll want to create a div over here, right, with attributes class that will be farm group. All right, and then I'll want this new field after HTML, and that will contain this thing, right? And of course, closing div for the farm group, and we're gonna add that. Let's make div here, div id equals to social group, and let's close it here. And what we'll do is new field dot append to, that will be social group. Okay, so let's have a look how it works. Okay, that's done. The only thing I want to add is a bit of text. We can add it over here. I'll add a placeholder, right? I'll do it this way. Let's see how it pans out. Okay, so now you can create unlimited fields for social profiles and add each of them. And if you are quite familiar to PHP, then you know with the array value, all the data will be stored in the same reference name, right? That's social, and we can easily add them in the same field in the database, right? But what I want to do here is limit the number of text fields you can create with the button, right? So I'll do here is add a variable field counter, let's say equals to 1 by default, and once the button is clicked, I'll increase it, right? And if the field counter is lesser than or equals to 5, what we're gonna do is we can allow them to add these things. Else we'll add an error. Let's say the error is here. Class equals to form group, right? That's an ID, social error, and we'll add the content here. Showing alert as danger. Let's make it this way, and here we can add a strong instead of paragraph tag. Already raise the maximum number of fields for social profile links. Okay, else what we'll do is dollar social error dot so. All right, and by default the social will be hidden. So let's have a look how it pans out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and there's the error. Now every time you click, there's the error. So what we're missing is we're missing a submit button, right? Give class equals to form group button, class equals to button, button does success, this will be, and settings, or we can say update, right? Because add root here, and for that we need to go a systematic way, right? We need to add controllers, and then we'll be doing things properly, right? So let's go here and create controller. PSP partition, make controller. The first one will be front controller, right? And then another one will be admin controller. And if you want to do it my way, then we'll be adding another one more controller. That will be crowd controller. Okay, you can create your own controllers for each of the models and you go with the pre-built functions of create, delete, right? Everything that comes with it. But I use this model because trust me, this is the easiest way to do things in Laravel.
Well, that's all for today. We'll do a lot much more in the second video. Thanks for watching and please subscribe our channel for more videos. Thank you.